Heartfire Warriors. Welcome and welcome back. I'm Victory with Tarot Testimonies. And I'm about to do a general energy read for the collective for our amazing Soul Tribe members. Just cleansing the energy in my biofield. I was outside working in my garden, so I was able to activate my biofield pretty easily before this reading. Alright, let's dive right in. Normally I light a candle for the second reading of the day, but decided to do another round of incense, clear out some energy, because I have been doing a ton of reads, personal reads included, and it kind of helps to move things along. Oh, what's this? All right. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 107:1. Have you seen, was it like I think it's the Amazon Prime series. I think, don't make fun of me too much if I'm wrong. But it is David, from David and Goliath, or it might be called David and Goliath. It's relatively new. We're not getting cards yet, but that is an amazing series. The music that young actor who plays David, he has the most entrancing voice, you guys. If you're into that sort of thing, I highly recommend it. It's a great series. Cresceme Deus creator, coloca benedito tam mundo omni, milotantio, petote, tantum Christusate, meorum et divinorum mentrorum nuncius pronitus, cum omni humilitate gratias tua tenebris vincit, in nomine Desico. Amen. 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 Same card came out. I don't know about the other ones, but this was the one that was trying to peep out earlier. Fruit, autumn, and seeds. We're doing a mental health check today, this evening, guys. It is 5:01 p.m. Central Standard Time in the middle of Minnesota, kind of east middle of Minnesota, but who's counting? So, what do these words say? My eyes are so bad. Achievement, success, bounty, balance, new ideas, hope, and open-mindedness. Let's get a few more. So far, so good. For a mental health check by the collective, 2 more came out. Sickle and sage. Focus, regrowth, and letting go, Wisdom, purification, and harmony. Yeah, you might have to cut away some things that are kind of keeping you a little stagnant about the past. So keep an open mind about that. That'll bring you more into balance, all right? Transformation, joy, beauty, and transience. Yeah. And you might need to do some energy cleansing of your space, your living spaces, your work spaces, your car, or your body. Spiritual baths are very handy. Cleanse your biofield, and it's about will and intent, all right? I don't know if you saw that short video I posted earlier. It's relatively short. It's only like, I don't know, it's under 10 minutes at any rate, like 7-something minutes, I believe, about how to activate your biofield, okay? And it's like a membrane. The more which is similar to a muscle, the more you work it, the stronger it will become. Now, will and intent is everything. Your imagination also plays a part. If you can visualize, even better, all right? Yeah. So I feel like that's also pertinent for this reading. As I've stated in other readings, your biofield is your first line of defense with what's to come. We're in the sifting, okay, that is spoken about in the Bible, okay, where Jesus was making numerous examples to his disciples and followers about what was going to be happening in the end of times, okay? This is a reset that is planned by, the psychopaths that be, that rule the place, the realm, whatever. And the chaff is being sorted from the wheat, sifted from the wheat, however you want to take that. So it's the sifting, okay? You don't want to be part of the chaff. You want to be part of the wheat, okay? We don't want to be chaff and burned with the discarded pile, okay? Source allowed evil forces to sow, what was it? Like false seeds. I'll just call it false seeds, okay? In the soil as well. And that's what we're going to be sifted from. That's what we're going to be. There's going to be a great harvest, and I think this is going to probably be the last reset that they're allowed to do because of their karmic repercussions, and this is the worst it's gotten, okay? At least in the 6,000 plus years of recorded historical manuscripts, okay? Now, like I stated in my Chosen Ones video, or showing you the books, the Vikings, the Nordic peoples, Scandinavians, were the only ones who passed down their traditions and their knowledge orally, okay? They were orators. They did not write things down like every other culture in human history has done. Smart, very smart of them. Because then that allows future generations of theirs to activate dormant DNA through their ancestry lines, okay, as they evolve, okay, and then ascend consciously through dimensions. These are too many spirit. So, yeah, and what I feel like is coming is like the last grand reset here. Oh, look at there. Book burning. Censorship. Look at there. Silencing, control, discord, canceled, persecute, suffocate, destroyed, heritage. I mean, same shit we're talking about. See how my cards do that for me, guys? You work with your biofield, you become more psychic. Everyone is psychic. Everyone has gifts and abilities. It's all in your intent, it's all in your will. It's how you connect to source, if you're connected to source, etc., etc. Of course, if you're connected to source over anything else, you're going to have more power, okay? Because of the 52 immutable divine laws. I suggest you look those up and study them. Well, deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishing, social resources, true feelings, support, yeah. Perception, looking deeper, consciousness. Source is the wellspring, okay? The wellspring of eternal life. That's the fountain right there, guys. It's the fountain. Bodybuilder, yeah. Power, strength, determined discipline. Self-improvement, exercise. Yeah, same stuff we've been talking about. 486 is out here. I'll pull 3 more. We have Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. I am a Libra stellium in the 10th house. I have a ton of Viking named asteroids in my 10th house. I have Reiki, asteroid Reiki in my 10th house. I have Aura in my 1st house. That's how I knew what my path was supposed to be, guys. That's how I knew I wasn't going to be able to put off doing tarot and helping the community anymore, especially in these times. Fortress, fortitude, staying power, stubborn, backbone, ready for anything, true grit, what it takes. Number 1, Aquarius energy. And that's what you have to do. You have to have the fortitude, the staying power. You can't have no backbone right now. Things are scary, sure, but that's their goal. That's their drive. They want you to live in fear. We have dynamite. We have cake out here. All right. 2 more cards were behind that. Union and yes. All right. I'm getting being in a union with source. Okay. Dynamite, excitement, passion. Yeah. Destroy, powder keg, energetic, catalyst for change. This is the catalyst right here. The stuff we're talking about. This is how you change society. This is how you change events. This is how you just make a change. What we're doing, even if we can't prevent the reset from happening, is we can at least change the direction which our remnant of humanity goes, okay? Whether here in life or where our spirits go after we are gone, perished. Cake, celebration, recognize, commemorate, gathering. And that's what all these videos are. All of us tarot readers. It's us gathering so that we can learn, so that we can evolve, so that, do you know what I'm saying? 586, 154. Somebody might be 54. Somebody might have been born in 86. Somebody might be 58. Somebody might be 61. Somebody might be 51. Heck, for all I know, somebody could be 85 or 86. Something might be happening August 6th. The 15th of June might have held significance for you. This is Leo and this is Aries. Yeah, yoga's out here. Contemplation, deep breath, centered, go within. Balance your chakras. It's going to be important for biofield work. Reflect, rest. To, find a balance between the work and resting. Libra energy with this 4. 544 might be significant. Whoa. Yeah, no. Don't yell at me. Gosh. Spirit is very excited to give you some information this evening. Let's get some more on this topic at hand, Spirit. What's this? Very likely. At this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. Yeah, I really suggest... You don't have to take me seriously, but, at least listen and do some digging of your own. Somebody might be 43. Somebody might have been born in 83. This is a time for reviewing contracts and strong connections you have with people. You want to stick with like-minded people, okay? That's where your strongest telepathic connections are going to be centered. Constellation, network, support. See? Exactly. Exchanging data. What did I just say? Telepathic connections. Sap, resources, needed materials, flow. You're being called to find your flow state and stick into it. Energy, vitality, blood. Don't donate blood, by the way. And if you're an organ donator, I don't recommend doing that either. Sword and scales, truth, justice, due process, balance, law, integrity. Being an INFJ, I kind of have just always had really strong sense of morals, ethics, and a big integrity presence. Okay, I've been persecuted for it a number of times. 432, 323. Somebody might be 23, somebody might be 32. So you might be 36, 361. So we have, with this Libra, we have Cancer, no, Gemini, Cancer. Sorry, this card really strikes me, this constellation card, because this is the grid. There's a false, see, we have in this realm, the Earth has its natural grid of ley lines and energy points. But on top of it, they've laid a false quantum grid, you see. And that's kind of what we're going to be having to battle through. That's why I say you're going to need to get in touch with knowing your anatomy, which is your biofield. It's a natural part of human anatomy. It's not woo-woo. And this is Virgo and Libra again. So we're starting this row and ending it with Libra. We've got a lot of Libra out here. Truth and justice for the win. Should we get some layers of the game? Who are the players in this game? Since I'm talking about the matrix systems, false grid, etc., the psychopaths, who are the players in this game, just so we can show the collective spirit what's going on and that it's the absolute truth. Yeah. Here we have false person, the sun, immature woman. False person, well, that's the players for you. It's like the Hunger Games. You know the people who ran it? Yeah, there you go. Guidance, power, insight, spirit is here, letting its presence be known. Okay? I'm the mature woman. Very funny, very literal, very literal. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay? All right, what do we got here? That's too many. I mean, the garden, the mountain, the dog, privileged lady, and thoughts. Helpfulness, companionship, reliability, loyalty, friendship, worry, sadness, hostility, problems, and obstacles. Yeah, I'm trying to show you how to reliably overcome mountains, these mountains. So socialization, parties, a gathering through these videos. A privileged lady, that's probably you, collective. Yeah, that's you, collective, because these false people have all of us and these plans in their thoughts. Okay? Let's get some more about the players of the game. How about, let me rephrase that, the operators of the game. Tell us more about the operators of the game. They're looking for satisfaction. The dog is out here again. They're not loyal. Trust me, they're not loyal. But I did say players of the game too. Secrets, hidden knowledge, keeping a secret, education, school. Okay, yeah, I think it's referring to me again. And then these cards also kind of run like chutes and ladders too. You got to read them this way. So it's saying that I, being the one that's giving you this guidance about these false people, I'm loyal, reliable. I hate, this is such a weird reading. Like, why do I have to read to you guys about me? Okay, but whatever. The book, I'm telling you this hidden knowledge, these secrets. I'm trying to give you education. And very funny. As I was talking about, it's my career path. Okay. Yeah, very funny, Spirit. All right, as for numbers on these cards, what was this? The ship. Yeah, I'm trying, it's me navigating you guys. Hey, it's Spirit saying it, not me. You see the cards, okay? You can read. You got eyes. I do not believe I am better than anyone else. I believe no human is better than anyone else. This is just why I was born, okay? All right, false person, we got 8. We've got 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 9, 8 again, and 5. Okay, let's get some tarot. I'll go with these guys. I like these guys. I'm knocking everything around. Oh, and I was talking about Dig Deep with Vita's tarot channel the other day. I wasn't sure of the name. That's the name. Dig Deep with Vita. Yeah, Dig Deep with Vita is her tarot channel. I highly recommend her as well. King of Swords is out here. Yep. Authority figure right here. All right, tell us about this authority figure, Spirit. And I like Vita and her channel because she also talks about this macro level energy, about the systems at play. All right. She's not like, a research and development survivor like I am, but she's a good reader. I like her readings. They've been accurate for me since I started watching her, back in February, I believe. That's when I found her. And I was like, finally, someone who's reading about this shit. Four of Wands. I'm trying to get a little bit of cards out so that we can understand what Spirit's trying to say. Get one more and I kind of got an idea of where Spirit's going with this. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're standing in their stability and their reliability of this new beginning. They're manic about it, intoxicated with power. Okay. Should we see what other cards came out, collective? Page of Wands, Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, and Seven of Swords. 2222 on the timer. So I feel like with my collective, probably since that's my most popular video thus far, I've only started my channel like a month or so ago. I did some test videos and then deleted everything on my channel because it was still ASMR videos on there, and I was like, oh crap, I really want the algorithm to be placing me in the proper spot, so I did a complete wipe down. I was spirit led to do that as well. And then about 3 weeks ago, going on 4 weeks, I started my videos in earnest to begin this tarot channel. Okay. Yes, the story is pertinent. The video that so far has been the most popular is the Chosen One video explaining the cheat code. Okay. And so I think here in this collective, this soul tribe that we've got here, maybe you've been in that headspace, really chewing on what I've said in that video. I commend you for that. That's good, because a lot of people just shut it down, and they're too comfortable with the established systems that they've been brought up in, and the indoctrination, all of it, the dogmas, you name it, kids. I've been ignored most of my life. So and now that things are popping up into like the reality of the realm, people are kind of weirded out, and as they should be. I mean, the situations they're not pretty, they're not typical. It is very cyberpunk. So I feel like with this mental health check, this is where I was trying to get to. With this mental health check, I think a lot of people's want to hear, a lot of you guys in the collective here, I think a lot of you want to hear more about this, okay? So I think that's why Spirit decided for the mental health check, this was what was going to be proceeding. And we got the World too. All right, well, first things first, I'll place the World. It's a beautiful card. All right. Four of Wands after the King of Swords. This is the King of Swords. He's the authority figure. This is Libra energy. Four of Wands. The attainment is there, okay? They're stable in what they're doing, in their plans, right? And I explained the Fool. That's Aquarius energy. They want this reset to occur. They're taking this risk. They're manic about it. They're intoxicated with power. Start of a spiritual journey can also be indicated by the Fool card. And with the rise of this bullshit, false world grid shit, whatever you want to call it, their new world, let's just put it that way, their new world they want to build is going to be overtaken by an AI god that they're going to, basically everyone is going to be subservient to. It's going to be very 1984. It's going to be very 1984 because by that point they expect no one yet to be alive that can independently think, critically think, just automatronic humanoids, okay? They want human robots that will ceaselessly work and eat bugs. This is coming right from their own mouths. I've listened to a number of conferences. I'm not the only one who says this. There are a few other of us, and like I said, I brought up Sabrina Wallace before. She is also the only other research and development survivor from childhood that I have ever heard come out that I believe, okay? Because mine and her stories are very parallel. Not the same, but very parallel, all right? That's something you have to understand, collective. No one's story is going to be the same. And then with Page of Wands here, that Sagittarius Aries energy, they think they have this explosive creativity, all this inspiration. This is good news for them with all these opportunities and ventures. Why? Because it's making them money. It's making them money. And that's just feeding them more power. Okay? Queen of Wands here, Capricorn energy. These people are opulent. They're secure with their ideals, with their being. They think they're gods. They think they're magnificent beings, okay? They're independent even from the law. I mean, look, take Diddy, for example. Take the Epstein files, for example. Sorry if I'm getting a little loud. I'm just, trying to prove a point here. Nine of Wands. And all that is just distractions anyway from the biodigital convergence and turning us all into humanoid robots. Nine of Wands. Oh, persistence, determination, deception. It's the big three I'm getting off of there. They're going to keep stealing our souls, humanity's souls, until their cycle of reset is complete. Okay? Seven of Cups. The World is the four fixed signs, by the way. Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Eight of Wands. I know it's disturbing to hear a lot of this stuff and to think, well, you telling us all this information. What's the solution? What's the way out? Your biofield. That's what I've got for you. Your first line of defense. That's why I keep harping on it. Okay? It has saved my life in a number of occasions. When I had my near-death experience, after my 9th baby, was bleeding out, and I did not go to the light. You're not supposed to go to the light. Why? Because that's false. That's for another reading. We'll talk about that another time. King of Wands. Oh yeah. The all-powerful. Okay. So with Seven of Cups here, all these opportunities and choices are daydreams. They're just illusions that these powers that be are spinning for you. Okay? They're distractions. They're distractions, guys. I mean, if you can't see it, collective, at this point, then I don't really know what else to tell you. You're going to really need to work on some neuroplasticity exercises, okay, for neurogenesis, because you might be already too far gone with this social driving and social controlling that they've been doing for 60 to 70 years already, okay? Eight of Wands. It's all already in place, and they're locking it in even faster. Geofencing. When these smart cities, that's what I call them. I've already lived in 2 of them. And boy, are people different in smart cities. Holy shit. With me, they were, 'cause I have an overactive biofield, so they could sense that about me. They didn't know what they were sensing. They just knew I was extremely different from them. And people would literally turn on a dime into an evil, killing machine type person on me. I am not kidding. I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. There was a situation where I got bullied by a group of people, and there was even a young girl doing it too. I'm like, what kind of parent allow, anyway. Yeah, being bullied for having autism, and I'm like, how did you even know that? And who does that anyway? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm digressing here. I'm just kind of trying to tell you about smart cities. The Golden Dome oversees it. Then the smart cities are going to be these little nodular cities under the Golden Dome, okay? And geofencing, you're not going to be able to leave that area, that designated area. It's going to be very Hunger Games, okay? Without popping like a grape. That's the best way I can put it, and the least traumatic way I can explain it without getting my channel censored. Okay? So yeah, fast movement on these plants. King of Wands. Natural born leaders. Well, they think they are. They're moving towards the things that interest them. Well, they sure are, aren't they? Because they have all the vision, all the inspiration. It's not good inspiration, I can tell you that. It's dark inspiration. Excuse me. Page of Pentacles. Aries, Leo energy. Taurus energy. This is financial opportunities for them, which is good news. New beginnings. It's all good news for them. More money. Yeah, like they need more money. Like they need more money, right? 9 of Pentacles. Oh yeah. See, all these people, and this is going to be just in the worldly aspect that we're going to be looking at this 9 of Pentacles at the moment. All of these people, these billionaires, oh yeah, they have 9 of Pentacles, all right. In the financial sense, they're rich, and they're only getting richer. But they don't have complete abundance. Energy is the most costly and the most precious commodity that we can have, okay? So, I mean, while they think, and part of the plan too is with our hijacked biofields and these sensors, they're already doing this with Neuralink and whatnot, and that's very old technology, by the way. Very old. It's, gosh, like 30, 40, maybe 50 years old. Okay. I don't think Elon has a Neuralink. I think he's got the newest deal. Okay. I think that's why he's so spaced out. I think that's why he's done an about face with AI. We got the High Priestess out here in 10 of Pentacles. I think that's why he's done an about face with AI. And now, oh, well, it's going to be our new God. Well, at least he's telling us the truth there. His plan, their plan. And he's only a minor key player. He's not a major player, you guys. Nor is Trump. Nor is Trump. What you need to be looking at is into the World Economic Forum people. Those are the people who are running this shit show. The High Priestess here with Cancer. Secrets and mystery. Right here. They're going to hoard it over all of us, and they're going to try to sell us back our intellect, our telepathy, telekinesis. We all can do it. They've just hijacked our biofields to the point where We just can't naturally do it on a dime. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. That's how they gain their financial blessings. Their generational wealth is this whole plan, this whole plot, while the rest of us sit here like this in the 5 of Pentacles. Spirit, tell us about our side. What's in store for our side with these agendas? What's in store for our side with these agendas? Us lesser people, and I do use air quotes around lesser because, again, no one is better than anyone else. What is in store for us so-called lesser people with these agendas? Judgment, Hermit. Yeah. Libra energy, awakening, change of position, renewal outcome, crossroads, assessment and evaluation. Remember when I talked about being sifted? Yeah, that time is now, kids. We have to go in and do the work, inner work, biofield work, to come out as Empress. And I do mean as ultimate Empress, not just tarot Empress, so that we can trump these systems, okay? Star in reverse. It's the only reversed card so far, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's how we're gonna break through the system. That's how we're gonna disappoint and disillusion the bad guys. These guys in charge. That's when their luck is gonna change from what they think is good luck to bad luck. And it's all judgment. You're not gonna be able to partake in this unless you do the work. And here Spirit is saying the inner work and the physical work of your biofield. I'm getting biofield really heavily from the Empress. You have to do the biofield practice and the biofield work. It's absolutely crucial. How do you think David killed Goliath, going back to that? He used his biofield. Hello. King of Cups. How do you think Jesus performed his miracles? He was trying to tell people about it. They just mistranslated, misconstrued, distorted his messages. But if you have this knowledge and you relook at it, you understand instantly. Oh, that's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking about. All right. So we've got Libra, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces. By now, we'll have gained, as humans, the wisdom, be able to offer other people assistance, okay? And that will be our responsibility, having fully functional biofields, okay, collective? That is the Ace of Wands being presented to you. This is the new idea for you. I understand that. It's all new. You're like, what the hell is this woman talking about? I get it. It takes creativity. It takes inspiration to pull this off. It does. It takes imagination. You can do it. I believe in you. Spirit believes in you. Because there's potential in this card. Strength is right behind it. Leo energy. Look at all these face and major arcanas on the table. 6 of Cups. Strong opportunity and potential here, you guys. Once you get this biofield, yeah, it's all about your biofield. Spirit really wants you to know about that. Crystals also are an assistant. Eating and drinking okay, I mean, I'm not saying to be an almond person, if you know that term, you know, a total health food junkie. I'm not saying that. Live life. But moderation is key in all things. All right, so with strength here, this is the card of personal power, of energy. And especially with it sitting under Empress, once you do that biofield work, you'll be able to tame lions. You'll be able to take down Goliath. Do you remember when Jesus said in the Bible, "You can do what I do at a greater extent"? This is not the exact quote. A lot of times I just like putting my own words to it. He was talking about because we all have biofields and we all can use them. It's exactly what he was talking about. The potential is limitless, is what I'm hearing. The potential is limitless. Limitless. Look at these cards where this potential card is. Look at these. It's surrounded by limitless potential and is potential in its essence, the Ace of Wands. With Six of Cups here, you're going to have some nostalgia about the past, about how the world used to be before you understood the reality of it, about these false grids and systems, okay? Maybe you already know to an extent. Maybe you've done looking into the biodigital convergence. They want to hit human 2.0, and I think we've already exceeded human 1.0. Justice. Libra energy. Yeah, and awakenings are hard. Assessment and evaluation out here again. There's always going to be that with judgment and justice. They go hand in hand. Justice on the tree of life when it comes to tarot actually sits between the two pillars. Okay, so it's an even balance. It's equity, rightness, fairness, cause and effect. Okay. Three of Wands. This is planning for the future. You're going to be a completely new person once you understand. I have been diagnosed with so many chronic illnesses, genetic diseases, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I was told I have 3 different kinds, which is supposed to be a physical impossibility, but I've been diagnosed with classical, vascular, and hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. All 3. Ace of Cups. And yes, I do have symptoms of all 3. Do they bother me like they did at low points when I was vibrating down here, though? No. Lower frequencies will bring out what you've got diagnosed upon your body. Whatever labels they've labeled you with, okay? That's just going to rip it right out of you, okay? And put it on display for everyone to see. Your biofield, every time you work with it, as soon as you piloerect and start moving that energy around, that's a $30,000 stem cell treatment you're doing on yourself for free. Ace of Cups is out here. Yeah, this awakening is going to bring you joy and contentment. There's so much potential. It's also a card of potential. You'll be planning for looking ahead to even more potential, okay? What else do you have to say to the collective to close this out in regards to working in their biofields? Yeah. How perfect. The Magician, 2 of Swords. Don't get overwhelmed. Take it slow. Take it, get some information a little bit at a time. Biodigital convergence, IEEE. There's a IEEE article out there about the body being used as an antenna because we all power the internet and have been since like 1995. They just never told you that. Magician is Virgo and Gemini energy. And January of 23 is when they turned on the subservience, is what I call it. That's when they started pervading everybody's mind. The moon. Yeah, don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed with choices because of the illusions, okay? Pisces energy here, Neptune. Follow your intuition. That is also part of your biofield. It's not woo-woo. I think a lot of you, if you're watching tarot, you already know that. Unless you're just here to talk shit. But, you know, there are cross-watchers and people out there who just like to finagle and troll. That's also part of the program. Hey, guess what? If that's you, they're doing it to you. They're making you be that way. Isn't it cool not to think for yourself? Anyway, 3 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. Because that's all that tells me when you do that kind of stuff, is that you can't think for yourself. You have cognitive malfunctioning happening. Sorry, but it's the truth. Look some of this shit up. You'll discover it's actual facts. All right. Temperance energy. That's Sagittarius. Yeah, everything in moderation. It's going to balance you out in every aspect of your life once you realize that you have a biofield and a massive energy field that's electromagnetic that you can manipulate at will, okay? And even if you don't see things going on immediately, you just have to be patient and give it time. No one ever is good at anything on the offset. Say you want to learn to knit. You're not going to be able to make a sweater on the first day. That would be absurd. You make something like a washcloth, you know, a dishcloth, a hand towel, something like that. A scarf, something more basic. You start with the basics, okay? 3 of Cups, this is going to get you to want to talk about what you're doing with your biofield to your friends and family. And you're going to be celebrating with them because it's going to bring you good karma, okay? Because you're going to be learning how precious of a resource your energy is and to hoard it tightly. Karma is now out here. I have 4 fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. Yeah, and this is our destiny as people who Source has picked to be the remnant, okay? As the true chosen people. It's not just sayings, it's not just spiritual mumbo jumbo being talked about, it's the truth. And I hope, and Spirit hopes, this video is another one that gave you something that you can just kind of sit, meditate on, reflect, and help you come out the other side with new perspectives. Because another thing is you can't lose faith and you can't lose hope either. It's also just as important as not living in fear, all right? Those are very important aspects to soul integrity, to keeping your soul intact, okay? When your soul is intact, your spirit, the light of it, I'm being shown the light of an oil lamp, like a biblical times oil lamp. They're basically clay jars with lamb's wool at the top and coming out of them, and they were, lit to be a lamp that will shine brighter, okay, with your soul intact. All right, collective, this is what I got for you. If it was a little all over the place, I apologize. Spirit put a lot in me to try and get out, and there is a lot to talk about when it comes to the biodigital convergence and the reset that they're planning, okay? It was a very interesting mental health check, I'll admit. And I really hope this helped you with things that you've been thinking of, chewing on mentally since that Chosen Ones video, okay? The cheat code video. Yeah, so I appreciate you watching all the way through. That helps us get out into the algorithm so we can grow our soul family, so we can try to gather this remnant, no matter where in the world you are. Okay, locality means nothing to God, to Source. It's my job to get the information out there, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not saying that. Anyway, yes, Spirit and I have secrets. So I want to thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, even if they're kind of on the shitty side. Because hey, all it does is pushes me out in the algorithm even more. And if you are leaving shitty comments, you might want to get a hold of that cognitive functioning. I highly recommend looking up neuroplasticity and how to gain it, the cognitive functioning of your brain. So anyway, all retrograde talk aside, because I've been all over the place. I realize doing like a rubber ball, you throw at a wall, you know. This is what I got. It might not have been what you wanted to hear, but Spirit said it was what you needed to hear. And I will see you next time. Bye.